Hello, my name is Allister Crawford. I attend Jessica Young Farmers Club and I live on a suckler, sheep and poultry farm in Auker, County Tyrone. We have a flock of around 550 breeding ewes, 40 suckler cows. The ewes lamb from about mid-January through to the end of April, and the cows calve throughout the summer months. We also have 6 chicken houses for my park. The farm is split across 200 acres of temporary pasture and around 5 acres of woodland.
The 6 broiler houses on the farm are split across 2 sites. This is the 4-house site, which produces chicken for Waitrose supermarket. It is set at a lower stocking density of approximately 21,500 birds per house. This is the 2nd site and consists of 2 broiler houses which produce chicken for Tesco's. These are set at a higher stocking density of around 34,000 birds per house. This site is run by 32 kilowatts of solar, which helps to reduce our dependence on electricity from the national grid. There is also another 30 kilowatts of solar on farm buildings and dwelling houses. The farmhouse is fitted with a 33 kilowatt log burner. The fuel is sourced from trees and branches that have fallen in the fields. This reduces heating oil usage by around 80%. The farmhouse is further fitted with 2 solar tubes to heat the water. On the livestock side of things, our ewes generally scan at about 190%. This is a percentage we are continually trying to improve as it reduces our carbon footprint by increasing the lamb to ewe ratio. This also increases overall efficiency. Some future plans which are already in the pipeline are to plant some pollen shrubs such as fruit trees around the chicken houses in areas which are out of use. We also plan to plant a wildflower patch to encourage bees and other insects.
Thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed getting an insight about how we're trying to combat climate change in our farm. In the future, we hope to make the most of new green strategies to help improve our environment. Thank you.
My name is Jessica Pollock. I run a dairy farm here in Castledare, County Tyrone. Have a watch at this video to see what we're doing to combat climate change. Milk leaves the cow at around 37 degrees. It then enters the plate cooler and is cooled to around 14 degrees when entering the tank. Cooling the milk through a plate cooler reduces the amount of energy that is required, as milk needs to be stored between 3 and 4 degrees. Most of our lights are now LED lights. These are 30% more efficient than fluorescent lights. If you've heard of Castledare before, it's likely because of the extreme weather events that we often face. In 2020 alone, we have experienced the wettest February on record and the sunniest May on record. Over the past few years, we've invested in a number of renewable technologies. On the farm, we have 20 kilowatt solar panels and a 20 kilowatt water turbine. These provide zero carbon electricity for the home farm. In the future, we hope there's a more efficient way of storing the renewable energy so it can be used at times when required on the farm. We also have a 150 kilowatt wind turbine. The power generated from this is sold directly to the grid. On the farm, we have implemented a 3-way crossbreeding programme. The Holstein, crossed with the Fleckvieh, crossed with the Norwegian Red. Each breed within the breeding programme offers a number of benefits that help improve the efficiency of the farm. The Holstein offers high production, while the Norwegian Red offers health and fertility traits, while the Fleckvieh offers durability. These factors combined help reduce the number of non-milking livestock required on the farm. In 2017, we updated the parlour and put in a feed-to-yield system. This allows us to accurately allocate concentrates to cows within the herd depending on their production. During the spring and summer months, grass is measured once a week. This allows us to make more efficient use of our grass and allocate it more accurately to the animals. As well as doing our part to reduce emissions, agriculture is one of the only sectors that can sequester carbon. Not only do our fields sequester carbon as grass grows, our fields are also lined with hedgerows. These are also known as carbon sinks, while also enhancing the biodiversity of our farming landscapes. All of the different factors implemented on our farm here in Castlederg both help the environment and help us progress and make our farm more efficient.
Hello, my name is Trent Brown and I'm a member of Astor Young Farmers Club. Here in the farm we have 100 cows with 8,000 head hens. Greenhouse gases is a byproduct of farming, but as farmers it's our responsibility to help lower these emissions and reduce their carbon footprint. So here in the farm we AI the top 30% of the cows with sex semen, which then helps increase the PLA of the cows and the productivity of the cows, which then in turn lowers the carbon emissions produced by the cows. So here in the farm, we use our feeders, which is connected to the cows and what they're given in their milk. This then is more control of what we're feeding the cows, so nothing's been wasted or overfed, which in turn lowers emissions produced by the cows. We use an inoculant in the silage, which helps the fermentation of the silage, helps it break down quicker, which means there's less waste on the clamp of the silage, so more of it's going to be being used for the cows. For the slurry on the farm, we get a contractor in 3 or 4 times a year. They put this out with a trail and shoe system, which means the slurry is going into the ground, more uptake of the grass, and there's less emissions being caused by this. We also use the GPS on the sower with the contractor, which means the fertiliser is going where it needs to, and we're not overlapping and missing bits and wasting fertilisers. There's more intake there and less waste. We have 80 solar panels which generate over 1/3 of the farm's energy, such as running off the parlour lights and fans in the hen house. Any excess electricity not used is then exported back into the grid to be used again. This in return lowers emissions as it does not depend on burning fossil fuels. Instead it uses electrons which capture from the sun's energy to create the energy for the farm. So on the farm we take soil samples every year. This way we know what's in the soil and what the soil is needing. That way we're not overusing the resources in the farm as slurry, and it's getting the right amount every year and not being overworked. For the house we have a wood chip burner with a solar panel in the front. This generates the heat and the hot water for the house. This lowers the carbon footprint and the fossil fuels which is used in the farm. So here in the chicken range there's a number of trees planted. This helps remove the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which leaves it cleaner for the farm. It also in return lowers the carbon footprint produced from the farm. Every field has a hedgerow the whole way around it and split up the middle between the different fields. What we do is we let the hedges get wider and taller, which increases the capture of the amount of the carbon by the hedgerow, which leaves it cleaner and more carbon free in the farm. In the future, on the farm I'd like to put up a windmill, which will help lower the carbon footprint and make the farm more efficiently run. Thanks for taking the time to watch the video. I hope you enjoyed it.